Okay, so let's solve a problem involving circles. Okay, so we have example number 1 here. You have circle P. In circle P, angle CPQ is equivalent to or is equal to 70 degrees. So let's identify now the area or the angle wherein we can find this 70 degrees. So sabi niya dito CPQ. So our CPQ here is point C, P, and Q. So the angle formed by line segment PC and line segment PQ. So this area right here, this angle here is 70 degrees. Sa ibang illustration, yung degrees nilalagay nila or yung degree measure nilalagay nila sa loob. Lagay natin sa loob. So this angle right here is equivalent to 70 degrees. Now, we want to find the measure of arc CQ, this one, and arc CRQ. CRQ. Again, by definition of central angle, the measure of the central angle is equal to the measure of the arc. Okay? So, sulat natin dito. The measure of the central angle, okay, central angle is equivalent to the arc. Okay? So, if our angle CPQ is 70 degrees, so that is our central angle. So, we have CPQ as our central angle, and we're looking for the arc. We're looking for arc CQ. Therefore, if CPQ is 70 degrees, our arc CQ is equal to 70 degrees also. That is the measure. Okay? That, by definition of central angle. Again, kung anong measure ng central angle natin, yun din yung measure ng arc form. Okay? Lagyan natin dyan. Arc form. Okay. Halimbawa, hindi ito 70, for example, meron tayong circle dito. Let's draw a circle. Yeah. And the measure of the central angle is 90 degrees. Therefore, yung arc form doon sa loob ng ating central angle is equivalent to 90 degrees also. This part of an arc right here is equivalent to 90 degrees also. Okay? That is a definition, one of the definition of central angle. Next, we want to find angle CRQ. So let's find angle C or arc CRQ. Okay. Alam natin na yung measure na we already found the measure of CQ, arc CQ, which is 70 degrees also. Now, we want to find the CRQ or the remaining angle. Now, we know that CRQ here is our major arc. Bakit? Kasi yun yung pinakamalaking arc na natira. Our minor arc here is CQ. Therefore, major arc, by definition, yung diniscuss natin, major arc is greater than 180 degrees. Okay? But lesser than 360 degrees. So, yung major arc natin ngayon ay mas malaki dapat sa 70. Okay? If a circle, the angle or the measure of a circle is 360 degrees, itong full na ito, so illustrate natin siya. Let me just color this one black. Draw tayo ulit ng isang circle. Circle. So, draw tayo ng circle. So, yan. Okay, yan. Draw tayo ng circle. Now, identified na yung measure ng ating CPQ. Ayan. This is 70 degrees. So, let's color this green. Ngayon, illustrate natin siya. Ihiwalay natin itong colored area na to para makita nyo yung illustration. So, ang matitira na lang dyan ay ito. Ayan. Ito na lang yung matitira. So, anong measure ng arc na ito? C, P, Q. Yung kinukuha natin is C, R, Q. So, itong arc na natira. Yun yung ating hahanapin. Okay? Since yung buong circle ay 360 degrees, nabawasan na siya ng 70 degrees. Yun ngayon yung measure ng ating major arc. Ganon maghanap ng major arc. So, by formula, we can say that CRQ, so our solution here will be arc CRQ is equal to arc CQ. 360 degrees, so that's a measure of the full circle, minus arc CQ. Okay? And kanina, nahanap na natin yung measure ng arc CQ, which is 70 degrees. So we have 360 degrees minus 70 degrees. So that's for the solution of angle or arc CQR. Next, so you have to subtract now 70 to 360. So 360 minus 70, you have 290 degrees for the measure of arc CQR. Now the measure, since CQR here is your major arc, therefore the measure of the major arc is 290 degrees. Ganun lang maghanap. Basta yun yung mga basic concept na kailangan yung tandaan. That the full circle is 360 degrees and then a semicircle is 180 degrees. So that's for this problem. Let's just zoom out. Yun. Okay. Let's have another problem. Okay, so let's have another problem. So you have here example number 2, we have in circle E. So let's draw the circle E. In circle E, ayan, let's name the center E. Angle TEN or angle 10 is equivalent to 70 degrees. So let's draw an angle 10. So meron tayong point T. Color that purple, point T, and then to illustrate angle 10. Ayan. So angle 10 here measures 70 degrees. Arc NR is equivalent to 80. Where can we find N now? So let's read further. And CN is a diameter. So NRCN. CN is a diameter. So let's draw another radius from E to connect NE. So meron tayong point C dito. Para meron tayong diameter. So, let's have point C. Nakainom na naman yung boses ko. Okay, so we have point C and then we now have CN as the diameter. So, let's find now NR is equivalent to 80 degrees. So, if it's that equivalent to 80 degrees, so meron pa tayong isang point dito. NR. So, central angle NR is equivalent to 80 degrees. So, this is not a perfect circle or not yet a semicircle. So, we want to find arc TN. Nawala na yung E. dito na lang. Balik natin yung dito. We have the central angle E. So, you want to find arc TN. This one. Arc TC. This one. And then arc TR. Red na lang yung TR. Let's color it. So, TR is red. And NTR. We have NTR. Let's just draw it again. Masyadong madami. Or isa-isahin natin. So, let's find first arc TN. We know that arc TN is formed from the central angle TEN. Okay? So, our central angle TEN is equivalent to or is equal to or congruent to arc TN. Why? Because arc TN is found inside our central angle TEN. Therefore, their measure should be equal. So, the measure is given for angle TEN. We have 70 degrees. And since they are equal, therefore, the measure of our TEN is equivalent now to 70 degrees. So, we can conclude that the measure of angle TEN or TN or arc TN is equivalent to 70 degrees. Okay. Next problem. So, tapos na to. Okay na. Next, we have TC. We have arc TC. Our arc TC is formed from the diameter CN. And we know by definition, if there is a diameter and cuts the circle in half. So, we have semicircle TC. CTN. So, ang semicircle natin dito is CTN. So, drawing natin siya dito. Let's illustrate it here. Okay, suppose that is a semicircle. So, you have C, your center E, and then you have the line T over here, and CN. Take note, given that we have the CN, line CN as the diameter. So, given na yung measure ng ating angle or central angle TEN. If we're going to continue the measure of this angle right here, we can form 180 degrees because this is a semicircle. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin, hanapin natin yung measure ng arc CT. Since yung TEC, angle TEC is equivalent to arc CT. So, ano ang angle ngayon ng TEC? Yun yung hahanapin natin. Since pag in-extend natin to 180 degrees, we can say for angle TEC, this should be our solution. We have 180 degrees minus angle TEN. Okay? So, we have 180 degrees minus the measure of our angle TEN is ilan na yun? 70 degrees. Therefore, the measure for angle TEC, the remaining angle for the semicircle, is equal to 180 minus 70, 110. 110 degrees. So, ang measure ngayon ng angle na to ay 110 degrees. By the definition of central angle, kung ano yung measure ng ating central angle, yun din yung measure ng arc form. So, the arc form, we have CT. So, if angle TEC is equivalent to 110 degrees, therefore, arc CT is equivalent also to to 100